Welcome to Standard Chartered Money Insights, a podcast series by Standard Chartered Bank that brings you market views and insights on the go.
Welcome to Cut to the Chase. Today is Wednesday, the 13th of May. I'm Daniel Lam, your host for the podcast. U.S. inflation accelerated in April to 3.8% year over year, the highest since 2023, which also beat expectations at 3.7%. Now, this was mainly due to gasoline, food, airline, and shelter cost. Core inflation also rose to 2.8% year over year, with a 4.6% annualized monthly pace. Now, this acceleration of inflation was not a surprise, given what has been happening in the Middle East. However, it was not as worrisome as it looked at the headline level once it stripped out the conflict-impacted energy components and the one-time way that shelter cost, which is 35% of CPI basket, was worked out. And the underlying core inflation actually would stay subdued. Moreover, the impact of last year's Liberation Day tariffs on goods inflation appears to be dissipating, while long-term inflation expectations remain anchored. Another key factor that can help act against inflation is the fall in real wages, which dropped by 30 basis points year over year. This would squeeze consumers and leading to the cutting of discretionary spending. Now, the price action in risky assets in the US reflect this very well overnight. So despite dropping by 20 basis points close on close, the S&P 500 actually opened at the day low and finished very close to the day high. The other key indicators, such as the DXY and also the US 10-year Treasury yield, ended up in a close range. So the key point to take away from this CPI reading is that long-term inflation expectations stays anchored, and we continue to expect the Fed to be pausing rate hikes and possibly cutting rates by 25 basis points by year-end if the Strait of Hormuz reopens and energy prices ease. That is all from me for today. As always, if you enjoy this podcast, please don't forget to rate and like it. Thanks for listening, and we wish you a happy day ahead.
Thank you for listening to Standard Chartered Money Insights, a podcast series by Standard Chartered Bank. For more details, visit Market Views on the Go on our website or click the link in the description.